Good evening and welcome to the Fish House Nation podcast. Happy to welcome Alex Timm on board tonight. Alex, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Excited to be here.
Alex, we finally got some of those temperatures that we've been looking for. I think people are fired up. They see those low temperatures. And I know Ice Fishing Minnesota today was blowing up with lots of people out kind of checking some pretty sketchy ice right now. But it's exciting to know that we'll probably be fishing here pretty soon.
Yeah, hopefully, the St. Paul Ice Show is this upcoming weekend, and usually I get an opportunity to sneak out right before that. And this year, I don't know if I'm going to be able to get out before this coming Friday, so it'll be a little bit later. But these temps, if they stay cold, we should be out there before too long.
Yeah, I see people walking around out on red right now. And I know people, especially in our neck of the world, when they start seeing ice on red, they start getting those big diesels warmed up, getting the dualies going, getting the fish house ready. And that's something that you're doing this year. You've got a new fish house this season. Tell me a little bit about what you're going to be pulling behind your rig.
Yeah, so this year I'm going to be using a core ice house. I'm actually pretty excited about it. It's a 6.5 by 15, and it's got the stub nose on it. So it's a wheelhouse, but it's a special one because it's a hybrid, which means it's a skid house wheelhouse combo. And the reason why I'm excited about rocking that this year versus usually going the portable route or going like the black hole route or even renting or going through rentals where you can get ice houses, wheelhouses, is I can bring it out to the lake like a wheelhouse, drop it down once, and I can just drag it on the skids anywhere I want to go. So if I miss that ridge or miss that rock point or that hump that I'm trying to get next to by 5-10 feet, all I got to do is pull my lines up and drag it along. It's going to be faster than a portable, and it's going to be more convenient than a wheelhouse having to lift it and drop it. So yeah, I'm really excited, trying to get everything dialed in this year over the last couple of weeks and over the next few weeks here before I can bring it out. But if you haven't seen the core ice houses, they're super light. They're very well built. The thing that they stand behind is the quality of their builds. There's no wood in it. There's nothing that's going to rot, mildew, mold, decay. Even the cabinets are made out of a composite. They're really nice, and I'm excited for how light they are and where I'm going to be able to use it this year. But yeah, I'm excited. See a couple guys checking in the chat. Logan, what's up? Nice to see you here. And Ryan checking in from Waterford, Wisconsin. If anybody else is tuned in here, drop it in the chat. Let us know who's tuned in. Gear got disconnected. No worries, no worries. We'll hold down the house. So yeah, if you're here on the stream, drop it in the chat. Let us know who's here. You may be watching the Vikings game. I know I watched the first half of it here, and it was amazing that the Vikings are tied to the Bears at halftime 3-3. So that's where I checked out. We'll see what the game's like after this, but pretty exciting. Logan's asking if I'll he'll see me this weekend. Yeah, so I'll be at the St. Paul Ice Show all day Saturday. I'm doing the VIP, so I'll be getting in at 8 a.m., walking around, probably doing a little bit of filming. So if you see me, definitely say hi. I'm looking to run into a bunch of people that I know out there, check out the gear. Got a few things left over on my list that I'm trying to grab. So I'm pretty excited about it. So if you're going to the St. Paul Show, hopefully I run into you on Saturday. Brian, what's up from Madison? How's it going? Yes, nice to see you here. Thanks for checking in. Paul Lixie, thanks for checking in. Am I coming to the Wisconsin Ice Show, Brian? I am not. So this year I will not be going to the Wisconsin show. It's pretty far from me. And with how far into the season it is, I don't have I've got one more ice fishing video from last year as a holdover for my channel, but I need to get out if I can get on the ice and start making some more content. So unfortunately, this year I will not be going to Wisconsin's ice show. Hopefully next year, though, if they do it again, which I'm sure they will, and if we have a little bit better ice earlier on, I can build up a few more pieces of content that we can get out while I'm at the shows. So unfortunately not. But nice to have you guys all here. Yeah, the ice season's coming pretty quick. Again, I think this next weekend is still going to be maybe a little sketchy, but hopefully the weekend after, we should have some pretty decent ice. I'm in the Twin Cities metro area here in Minnesota. And so I'm hoping that I'll be able to drive at least within an hour or two to some good ice. There's a couple of smaller lakes around me here that I can usually get out onto because they're more protected. I don't usually do the whole Upper Red Lake thing. If you guys are in the chat, anybody here planning on hitting Upper Red Lake early ice this year? I know my brother-in-law is in 2 weeks. I haven't done the whole Upper Red Lake thing. It's not my style. I prefer going off and being in an area where it's not like just whoever's the furthest out, and just how many people are out there. The pressure is pretty crazy. So let me know if anybody here is planning on hitting Upper Red Lake, or where you're and when you're planning on trying to get out the first time this year.
Hey, Alex, thanks for taking over the show there for
Yeah.
a second.
Yeah, no
Can
worries.
you
Glad
hear
you're
me?
back. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what happened, but my camera just decided to disconnect.
No worries.
So you got the new core, you got the snub. What do you have on the calendar this year? I know somebody asked you about if you're planning on coming to the Wisconsin show, but what destination lakes are you planning on trying that core out on this year?
Yeah, don't have it fully dialed yet. Actually, this last weekend, I was starting to look at what are the dates that I want to try to target some overnights. I'll be doing less overnights this year. I think I've got a total of maybe 10 or 12 overnights I'll do this year. Normally, I do every other weekend, but I've got a baby this year, so it's a little bit of a different ice season for me this year. But I'm planning on hitting Lake of the Woods for sure. I'm planning on spending a lot more time this year on Lake Mille Lacs. The last year to 2 years, I haven't spent as much time out there. I've maybe only hit it once or twice, and I'm only about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on where on the lake that we want to go from it. So it's actually a day trip worthy lake for me. Plan on hitting that. Plan on hitting Lake Minnetonka. But then you never know. Like I might throw a Devil's Lake in there. I might swing up to Michigan. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure. Do you have any lakes that you're thinking I need to make sure that I hit?
You know, I've got some of those local secret lakes that we got to keep on the down low, but
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, my plan this year, I'd love to get up to Lake of the Woods this season. Probably we'll get out to Otter Taale County and hang out with those guys a little bit. Randon Olson out there, and the crew from Otter Taale Lakes would be a lot of fun to go out and hang out with those guys, get into some big panfish. You know, I've got a few other North Metro places I might try out and try to get into a few Walters, but you know, just kind of run around, maybe take a run up to Mille Lacs. Mille Lacs is always a good time. Just it's clear water. There's big walleyes. You know, I know it's not a place to go to catch a dinner, but it's always kind of a fun time to get up there in the second largest city in Minnesota over the wintertime anyway.
Yes. Yeah, Mille Lacs is one of those lakes that I feel like in open water, you don't even need to try to catch the walleye, and you're gonna probably find them and get into them. But ice fishing is sometimes pretty tough up there if you're not moving around and trying to find them. But I'll tell you on that lake, if you go out there, you should let me know. Maybe we can link up and go out there. I know a few really good jumbo perch spots. I usually do the perch, one of the perch tournaments on that lake during the ice seasons, and I think last year I placed second or third. The year before I won it, so I think I figured out ice fishing at least where the jumbo perch are. Still haven't dialed in the ice walleye on Mille Lacs, but maybe that'll be this year if I put enough time in. And the new shack, of course, will help too. Moving around.
Yeah, I got a chance to go out with people that know what they're doing, and
Yeah.
I always try to keep their secrets safe. But you know, I get people to show me where they are, and it is fun to go out there when you know that there's going to be some fish there and get some action. But like you said, Mille Lacs is always a challenge, and it's one of those lakes that it always kind of baffles me when people say, you know, I've got some new people to ice fishing, and I want to get them up to Mille Lacs, and all I want to say is, don't do it.
No.
That's not where you take new people ice fishing.
No, I know a couple people that went up there. Is a family ice trip, fishing trip, and I think they were up there for 3 or 4 days, and they caught like one fish, and it was rough, right? And so they went out of some rentals, and unfortunately, they didn't keep them on the fish or anything. Not their fault. It was just a tough, cold spell that came through, and Yeah, Mille Lacs is one of those lakes you need to be able to put the hours in to really figure it out. Or go through a guide service is always a great idea if you're trying to figure out new water. Go through, like I pay guides at times to show me new water if I'm not familiar with it, just to understand how the lake is laid out, what's unique about that body of water. And then from there, you can kind of go and figure it out yourself. But it's always a good idea, and it helps support the local businesses there too. But yeah.
Yeah, we just got a message from Dave S. He says, "Quiet, Otter Taale is a secret."
Yeah, the worst
There,
kept secret maybe.
there are definitely some spots that are secrets there, but the whole county isn't a secret. We'll just say that. It's become pretty well known as sort of a panfish mecca.
Mhm.
Logan Long joining the broadcast as well. Logan's got a podcast coming out pretty soon too. Can't wait to see that and hear that coming out. Dave S says, "Is red 100% ice now, or has the wind kept it off?" I don't know. I think upper red is starting to look that way. It looks pretty well covered. I know there was some real serious winds up there today.
Yeah, I know yesterday it was iced over all the way, but with the wind, I mean, that could just open all the way back up, like you say, right? So I didn't check it today, but I checked the satellite yesterday, and it definitely was locked up.
Yeah, it looks pretty rough out there. It may take a little while to kind of get everything punched down so you can move around on it. It's like a jigsaw puzzle got kind of poured out on a table right now, the way it looks out there. But
Oh, geez.
it'll definitely stiffen up with the temperatures that we have coming when that wind calms down. It's going to be people are going to be out there real soon.
Definitely. Yeah, I think maybe even this weekend, some of the places on Upper Red, we're starting to let walkouts go. So we'll see if that holds true or if they have to push them off. And I know one of the resorts there started posting that starting the weekend of December, look at the calendar here, December 16th, they're planning on having some of their houses out on the ice. So granted, that's 1, 2, 3 weekends away or 3 weeks away, but they're expecting it to freeze up pretty quick. Temperatures are looking good up there, that's for sure.
Yeah, it's getting there. You did a show last week on Black Friday sales, and I think that thing got a lot of attention. People are actually talking about it in the comments right now. What do you think was kind of some of the best deals out there? I know Catch Cover right now. You can go to Catch Cover. We're 20% off there right now. No coupon code needed. Just everything is 20% off right now. So if you need some Catch Cover gear, go there. But what were some of the highlights that you saw, Alex, that people cashed in on over the last few days?
Yeah, so Catch Cover, of course, was probably one of the best deals out there, and we're on their show, so we got to make sure that we talk about that. But I think, how long is the Catch Cover deal going? Isn't it going through like the end of the month,
Through December 3rd.
the
So
third?
you
Yeah, so
got
next
less than a
Sunday.
week to cash in.
Yep. So time to cash in if you're going to do it. But no, I mean there were a lot of deals that were out there. I think the most popular was definitely people trying to get into live imaging. Probably the Garmin live imaging equipment is the most popular out there right now. So Live Scope Plus, people wanting to upgrade screens. There were some killer deals, and in fact, they're still going. A lot of the Black Friday sales are still going right now through Cyber Week. Some of them, like Fleet Farm, usually does a lot of Black Friday deals that only last Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and then they shut them off. But a lot of the other retailers that are out there, or even the vendors like Eskimo, for instance, they drop theirs direct from Eskimo. They have some deals that are going that they launched on Friday that are going, I think, through at least most of this week as well. So yeah, make sure you check them out because it's Cyber Week now. Today was Cyber Monday, and then a lot of the sales will continue throughout the week, which is more of the online deals. But Garmin, like Live Scope and their screens were some pretty big deals that were out there. And then it was a lot of the augers. The auger competition this year is fierce. Like I saw it was a Strike Master 24-volt auger for the light flight on it, the 8-inch for $299. Like that's a ridiculous deal. It was a one day only thing that they had. Just the competition around electric augers right now. Like if you are looking to get into an electric auger, I don't care what brand you buy. I'm not loyal to any specific brand, but this is the year to seriously look at them. Like the entire year right now is probably really good prices and probably the best prices you're going to get until the end of the year. So if you wait until March, you're going to see probably some even more crazy deals because they don't want to sit on the inventory over summer. But like between Ion and Eskimo and Strike Master and Razor augers and all the others that are out there, Jiffy's got electric auger. You go down the list, everybody's competing for that same consumer. And so the prices we're seeing go down, the adding of extra batteries, going to the lighter composite versus the steel flight. So definitely look at those. The biggest auger this year is the Eskimo E40. That was on crazy deals all across the board. A lot of ice fishing suits. So a lot of people are upgrading into their float suits this year. Every brand had them on sale. You're starting to see new brands come out with them. I mean, Cold Snap just came out with one, not a Black Friday deal. They have probably the most expensive, most premium suit that I've seen to date, Cold Snap. And I think we'll hear more about that this year. It was just launched this year. But seriously, a ton of really good deals. If you guys want to check it out, just type in, like, go on YouTube or even on Google and just type in ice fishing Black Friday deals, and you'll see one of my videos pop up, and all the links are in there. I'm keeping the links updated through the end of the month. So every day I go in, take out ones that have expired, put new ones in that have come on, update them if prices are cheaper someplace else. So if you're looking for a good deal, go ahead and check it out. There's literally on YouTube and Facebook, I try to, every year I've done this. This is the third year that I've done a video and in the list like this. I call it the Master Ice Fishing Gear List for Black Friday and Cyber Week. You're only allowed 5,000 characters in your caption. And the first time I put it in, which was actually like Tuesday before Thanksgiving, so last week, I already had over 10,000 characters in there. So I had to like shorten all the words, take out the prices, only have the links. Like the amount of deals this year, I have not seen this many in several years. So definitely good year to stock up on all the deals that are out there.
Yeah, you've been a hero for a lot of people this week. And since you're a hero, we're doing a little giveaway tonight. We're going to give away some catch cover gear. Go ahead and comment with hashtag Alex Timm. That's AELEX TIMM. ALEX TIMM. Just one word. Hashtag Alex Timm. Put that in the comments, and then we're going to draw here in a little while for the winner of that award. But yeah, just go ahead and drop in the comments, hashtag Alex Timm, and that will get you entered in the drawing for our little swag package we're giving away today. Alex, you talk about deals. The other thing that people are really excited about for deals is the St. Paul Ice Show. We're rolling into that here just in just a few days. For people who haven't been to the St. Paul Ice Show, and I know a lot of the people here have, but if you haven't been, how can you describe it to people?
Yeah, St. Paul Ice Show is the largest ice show in the country, at least that I know of. I know they've held that title for the last many, 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 many years. We'll see if it holds true this year. Honestly, the Sioux Falls Ice Show is really picking up a lot of steam too, which I'm excited about. That's a really nice show. But the St. Paul Ice Show is the one that everybody comes to. Like there's another content creator. His name's Joe Holland. He's out in Maine. I'm a huge fan of his, and him and I did a video ice fishing, first ice actually last year when he came out for the St. Paul Ice Show. He comes all the way, he drives out from Maine to come to the St. Paul Ice Show. Some of our friends up in Canada that do content creation and even just live up there come down to the St. Paul Ice Show, fly down just for the day to see it. So like it is literally the largest. If there is a ice fishing product that you want and you want the best price you're going to get, it's probably going to be at the St. Paul Ice Show. The experience itself, it is like a kid in a candy shop. If you love ice fishing, there's no other environment like it. When you walk in and you're surrounded by everybody that loves the same thing as you, you can stop any random person, or if you're at a booth, talk to the guy or the gal next to you. Like the connections are instant, and you can talk for hours about all of the stuff because everybody is there for the same purpose, and it's ice fishing gear. It's truly incredible. If you want to go with the best time, I'd highly recommend either getting the VIP where you can get in early, Otherwise, go on Sunday near the end of the show. So if you think you're only going to be there for a couple of hours, give yourself 4 hours, because you're going to be there probably twice as long as you thought you were. There's that many things to see there. But it's usually slowest at the end of the show. And then if you can get in for the VIP hours, it's the best time too, because it's a premium price to get in. I think it's like an extra $25 to get in, but you can walk around. You can actually be at a booth and have just a couple other people there. Whereas when the show opens for Saturday, typically is when most people go. If you've ever been to the Minnesota State Fair, it's kind of like that, where you've got so many people there. It's hard to walk around, but it's like nothing else. It's a ton of fun, a ton of fun.
Yeah, if you're thinking about making a big purchase, I think that VIP is really worth it because it gives you an opportunity to go in and actually talk to folks. When you're on that show floor, middle of the day, Saturday, when it's rocking in there, a lot of those pro staff guys, they know that there's 10 people behind you trying to ask them a question. So they're trying to get through you as quickly as possible. You get in there in the VIP, you get in there early. A lot of times they're not tired yet either. That's the other thing that people don't realize is these guys, by the time they get to the St. Paul show, they've been working shows for 5-6 weeks. They haven't been around their family as much as they wanted to. They haven't been able to fish. They're wore out. They're tired. And by the end of the day, it's like, we're just kind of tired of giving our spiels, and we're like, yeah, we'll try to help you and give you what we can give you. But it's like when you've been doing this thing for 8 weeks, it just starts to grind on you. So getting in there early before the crowd comes in, if you really want to ask a lot of questions, really want to get to know something before you start to spend money on it, I think that VIP is money well spent.
Yeah, and you're going to be there this year, aren't you, Chris?
Yeah, I'll definitely be there. We're not going to exhibit there. I'm actually going to be walking around. We're going to let our retailers handle the sales there. I know there'll be lots of retailers that catch cover products there. But I'm going to be walking around and interviewing people. Maybe I'll catch up with you. We'll do something short on the floor there as well. I really want to talk to Joe Holland. We talked to him last year, and I know he's coming back to the show this weekend. So I want to get a chance to chat with him. He's always a lot of fun to be around and to talk to. And I think it's something that a lot of people enjoy hearing from. Dave says, it's too far of a drive for me, would be a long day. Dave, I'll try to bring you kind of a spirit of the show. If you keep an eye out on social media, we'll be dropping stuff out there. And the next few podcasts in the next few months, you'll hear lots of conversations from the show. So we'll bring you the taste of the show there. Again, if you want to get in the drawing to win that swag bag, go ahead and put in hashtag Alex Timm. I see there's a few people on YouTube that have already done that, but jump in on that. We're going to do that giveaway real soon here. Alex, you talked a little bit earlier about the black hole.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. I know that's something that you've been fishing with for a couple of years. I'm pretty sure you're still working with them. I see you did some stuff with, put a video up with them not too long ago. Tell me about the black hole and how that worked out for you.
Yeah. So so I'll just say this. So the cool thing about my content in my channel, Alex Timm on YouTube and on Facebook as well, is that I don't do any exclusive deals with any brands. I won't work with just clam or just otter or just black hole or just core ice or just, I'm Under Armour fishing. Like I won't work with any of them in particular because my content is really around the gear and the tech around fishing and particularly ice fishing this time of year. And I want to be able to use it all. I want to say what I want to say. I want to be honest. I want to be transparent and unbiased. And so the cool thing about that is that if I'm using a product, it's because I really want to use the product. The last 2 years, I actually reached out to the guys at Black Hole, and I was using the Sasquatch model 2 years ago. I used the Beast model last year, and this year they came out with a new one, the Beast Extreme. If you don't know anything about the Black Hole ice shacks, they're online Black Hole ice shacks and Black Hole Outdoors. They are essentially a steel wheelhouse frame, crank down, crank up, with a core IntelliCore floor in it. So just like the core ice shacks, they have the same floor. And then it's got a flip over on top of it. So it's your perfect hybrid where it's incredibly lightweight. You can use it as a trailer year round. You can pull your machine onto it and then you can drag it around on the ice, and it's lighter than pretty much anything else that you're going to see out there. So I did a lot of ice camping and ice fishing out of it last year and the year before. And I absolutely loved it. But yeah, I mean, they're great guys there. I helped them announce the Beast Extreme. I've got another video coming out here in the next couple of weeks around that. It's a 16-foot long trailer with a 3-foot V, and that's going to allow you to get your tracked crew cab side by side on it to get it to and from the lake and move it around. They're really incredible. Black Hole Outdoors, a lot of great guys that work there. So yeah, check them out, or go online and check out some of the videos online too if you want to. I've got quite a few out, and a lot of other people do too. But they're really, really nice, and they're budget friendly, meaning you can get a lot of the same experience that you'd get out of a wheelhouse because you have that hard floor under you. You can crank it down, crank it up with all your stuff in it, but it's a fraction of the price of a permanent shack. And that, I think that's where a lot of people really like it. And then year round, it's an open bed, flat bed trailer that you can literally do whatever you want with it. So they're pretty great.
Sounds like you're gonna have a pretty busy driveway this winter.
So I'm not going to be, I might get out with Black Hole Outdoors, trying out one of their shacks, but I'm not going to be housing one of them or using it frequently. I'm so excited about the Core Ice in being able to use it in the skid mode that I think that's going to be my go-to this year. I kind of want to do like a time test video this year where I go out with a portable and I say, all right, I want to move 30 feet that way and start a camera in a timer. How quickly can I pick up my stuff off the ice, flip it over and move over, and then flip it all back? And then do the same thing in the Core House. How quickly can I move? Because I know in the Core House, all it is reel in your line, hop on the ATV and hit the gas and stop and auger your hole. It's just going to be a completely like unlock new potential because you can go over anything you want. You don't need to get down to the ice. You don't need a plowed road. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it, but I'm willing to go whoever's got the best option. Like, let's go, let's check it out. Let's get the videos out there for everybody to see. I'll talk about the things I like about it, the things I don't like about it, the things I wish they'd improve. And I would say that's one of the really cool things about Black Hole Outdoors. The first year that I used it, I told you, I do unbiased reviews and I'm transparent. I don't have any exclusivity to these guys, but I use their stuff because I like it. Black Hole Outdoors, the first year I did a 1 year in review video at the end of the ice season. And I listed about 15 things that I wish they would have improved on it moving forward because I thought it would help them. I kid you not, the next ice season, so last year, they made almost every single one of those improvements to the ice shack. So I, of course, had to go back and be like, all right, let's try it this year. And I had so many people reach out to me and say, thank you for saying these things. We're now buying it because this thing is fixed that we've always wanted. And it makes so much more sense. And Jason at Black Hole, the owner there, is just great to work with. But yeah, I love the companies that listen to the anglers and innovate.
They know when they send it with you, and I saw a ton of videos of you using it. So I think they know that advice that you're delivering to them is based on an actual user out there putting the time in with it. I saw you took it up to Lake of the Woods. I mean, you use this thing. It didn't just hang out in your backyard and
Right.
sit in the driveway. You put it to use. So I think the advice that you gave them was probably pretty strong advice. And that's something you do. I mean, you do a bunch of reviews, and it's something that I wrote up in the email today we sent out, is that your reviews are very thorough. I remember when you were doing all the heater tests. I mean, you really put a lot of time and effort into doing these things, and I think that people that watch you hopefully can appreciate that. Last chance to put in hashtag Alex Timm. We're just about going to wrap up with him. But Alex, I know you do this show every Tuesday night. It is your podcast, your geared podcast. Go ahead and plug that. Let people know what that's all about.
Yeah, in addition to all the videos on the channel, Alex Timm on YouTube and on Facebook, I try to stream every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central, a podcast. It's a video podcast called Fishing Gear and Tech News Podcast. And it's everything from news about the latest gear that's announced, and it's year round. So right now, of course, it's all about ice fishing. But then once we get to March, April timeframe, we shift to open water. So we're talking about the newest tackle, the gear for your boat, for ice fishing, like you name it. Like the innovations. We talked about some AI technology back earlier in the fall, that in how that was going to be disrupting the industry. We talk about all of those things, but then we also announce a lot of the new gear that's coming out, and we do interviews and have special guests on from some of the brands. We had somebody from Eskimo, an actual employee of Eskimo Ice Fishing Gear, a few weeks back, hop on and talk about their gear. And in fact, tomorrow night, we've got Matt Johnson from Clam Outdoors that's joining us. And again, one of the really cool things is, because I don't have exclusivity with any brand, and I won't, is that we can have anybody that the audience wants on, that can talk about all this stuff, and we can say what we want, and we can just be honest. And it's a really good dialogue. We try to keep them to a short 30 to 60 minutes. We tried to keep it under 45 if we can, but usually they're around that 45-minute mark, jam-packed with value. We come in with an agenda in specific topics, and then we usually wrap up with some free Q&A at the end. So if you're looking to just, geek out about fishing gear and tech and the news in the industry, what companies are acquiring who, we talk about it every Tuesday night, 6 p.m. on my YouTube channel.
Very good. He is Alex Timm. Let's draw for that swag package. Let's give this a try. This is the first time that I've actually done this, so let's see how it works.
It works awesome. I use it quite a bit. It's a cool tool.
Slowing down.
Who's it going to be? Ryan.
Hey, there it is. Ryan Knopfsinger from YouTube. Ryan is the winner of the swag package. Ryan, you can jump on to our Facebook page and just give us a direct message through the Facebook page, and we'll get your address and get your package out sent to you. So congratulations to Ryan on the Catch Cover swag package. Thanks to Alex for joining us tonight. Remember, the sale ends, the Catch Cover sale ends 20% off December 3rd. You can go to the website, nothing needed. You don't need an offer code. Just go in and start shopping. Alex, is there anything that you wanted to talk about before we let you go tonight?
Just be safe. It's early ice out there. I know we're all itching to get out, including myself. Bring your safety gear, your ice picks. Make sure you got ice cleats on. Make sure if you've got a float suit, rope, the buddy system, make sure at least somebody knows where you are. Try to go with a buddy if you can. Just be safe out there, but have a lot of fun this year. And I hope to run into you guys either at the shows out on the ice or over on my channel on the podcast too. So thanks for the opportunity. This was a ton of fun.
Thanks so much, Alex, for joining us. Thanks to everyone who stuck around and watched. We'll put this up on the podcast platform tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys next time. We'll see you at the Minnesota St. Paul Ice Fishing Show this weekend. Take care, everyone.